young artists, if you enjoy Draw and Paint What You Regret on YouTube and you would like to show your support, you can find Cash App and Venmo information below. This channel is free to watch and learn from. If you like any of my art products, please go to mpbimage.com to purchase. If you purchase, make sure you leave a comment so my product maker know that you've purchased from the YouTube link.
Hey young artists, so I'm back with another tutorial. So this tutorial is for my abstract figure drawing students. So this is our third project. So it's project number 3. Project number 3 is pretty much figure as form. So if we're looking at my little notes that's here for my thumbnails, students have the option to do non-objective art or abstract art. The theme that I did assign to them is pretty much figure as form. I do want them to focus on 3D form. So if you're thinking about 3D form, that's having an object that has a top, bottom, and side. We can walk in the round of it. So what that means is that typically if you think of a cube, that's probably the simplest form I could think of. A cube will have a top, it will have a bottom, it will have 2 sides and a front and a back. So when you're drawing, those are all of the shapes that connects together that creates the form of the cube. So that's what you want to kind of just think about when it comes down to figure as form, just simplifying it down to just some simple shapes or more geometric forms or geometric shapes that are connected together to get 3D form. So when I decided to assign an element of art, of course, our element is form. I definitely do want students to, keep the form as simple as they possibly can. I want to see, what can they create with just some simple ideas when it comes to form, just having just a few shapes connected together to create the form. But it's really up to them what they want to do, right? It's really up to them what they want to do with it. The next is principle of design. So it's up to them how they want to design their composition. That's really all principle of design is. You're just taking your element, whatever your element is, so our element is form, and you're designing form within your principle. So let's say I want to have a balance of forms, or I want to have, let's say, a movement of forms, or if I want to have variety of forms within my composition, that's pretty much what that is. So that is the student's choice. Color schemes, here's the thing. I went back and forth with what do I want to do, if I want to do color schemes or not. So if you are looking on this side of the frame of the video, I ended up doing color schemes because I was just like, all right, let's go ahead and try this out. And I did some little thumbnails of color schemes. So I did tridactic, T-dry, and then I also wanted to deal with the colors that were mainly on the top of the color wheel. So I have yellow, orange, and then I also have yellow, green, and blue, green. So I don't think it is a color scheme that I pretty much made up, but I'm sure there's probably a name for it that is somewhere. So as you can see, I did play with a few color schemes. And then materials, I'm using markers. So I'm using acrylic markers for my materials. And also my paper is just regular mixed media drawing paper. It's heavyweight. My theme. So although I assign a theme, students, this is kind of dominant, right? Students have a secondary theme that they can come up with. I wanted to come up with a logo effect when it comes to the figure. So if you think of logo, oh my God, it's not logo, it's Lego. so, so Lego, you guys, when you think of an actual Lego figure, so a figure that is that Lego would actually make is typically a very geometric boxy figure that you would use when you are putting together Legos. So I wanted the Lego effect when it comes to this figure to the best of my ability, but I still wanted the figure to be understood within its simple form. So as you can see here, I was just playing around with different types of formats: vertical, squared, horizontal. Here's the thing, if you're looking at this and you're just kind of like, what is that down here? So if you are looking at this, what is going on is I am using a photo reference when it comes to trying to get an idea for what figures or at least what poses I want for these figures. And I really truly love this pose, but when I noticed it, I was like, oh, it will work better as a vertical composition versus horizontal or even squared. The only thing is, I noticed that at the top, this is a tangent. Typically, I don't care about tangents, but it looks like the arm is coming out of the top of the head, and that's really not what's happening in the photo. And if I can, I'm gonna do my best to put the photo reference in the demo portion of this video. So I decided, I was like, I really love this. I really do love the way this shape looks here. But when we get up here, I'm like, should I crop it off? What should I do? I decided not to even go with this and just go with this one because the silhouette of the form just makes a little bit more sense and it's easy for viewers to kind of understand what they're seeing. So that is what's going on in this area. So once again, my students do get a little handout that is here, just kind of going over figure as form, giving definitions of what form is, different types of ways to not attack, different type of ways to go about doing this assignment. Everybody is going to have their own ideas when it comes to this assignment. There's just a few things that I'm asking students to do. And as you can see, I am doing my own assignment just so students have a demo or at least an understanding how I would approach this assignment as well. All right, guys, so I am a few minutes in. I'm 6 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and start the demo. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Bye.